All right, so today we're going to do a deep dive into something I think we all care about, at least a little bit, and that's healthy eating.
Yeah, for sure.
And we've got a really cool article here called The Top 10 Healthiest Foods on Earth and How to Eat Them.
Okay.
And this isn't about weird superfoods or anything like that. It's
Okay.
really about everyday delicious stuff
Gotcha.
that you can find anywhere that can seriously boost your health in a big way.
I think that's what's really important here is not just knowing what the foods are,
Uh-huh.
but really understanding what they do for us.
Yeah, exactly.
So we can actually make changes
Mm-hmm.
and not just blindly follow some list.
Exactly. So let's jump right into it.
Okay.
Spinach.
Love it.
It's like the superstar, you know.
Fantastic.
I feel like we all grew up hearing spinach is good for you,
For sure.
but maybe not really understanding how good it is.
Right.
I mean, it's so versatile.
Yeah.
It's low in calories.
And it's so nutrient dense, it's unbelievable.
Right.
You can get more than your daily vitamin K in just a cup
Wow.
of spinach, which is
Yeah.
amazing for strong bones as we get older.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you've got tons of vitamin A
Oh, right.
for good vision, and then also folate, which helps our bodies make new cells.
I'm looking at that easy eating tip here, and it says sautéed spinach and onion in an omelet. That sounds pretty good right now.
Yeah, that sounds great, actually.
Okay, so moving on, another plant-based powerhouse, black beans.
Oh, yeah.
These are my go-to if I really want to feel full after a meal.
Yeah.
Satisfied?
That's the fiber for sure.
Yeah.
It just slows down digestion.
Right.
But black beans are also packed with protein, so it makes them a great choice if you're vegetarian or vegan.
Right.
And did you know they're full of antioxidants?
Really?
Yeah, so it's these
Yeah.
little shields
Oh.
protecting your cells from damage.
Okay, so we're talking about plant-based protein. Walnuts have to be next, right?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like those are my go-to snack.
Yeah, all
Right.
the time.
Well, and for good reason.
Yeah.
Because walnuts are one of the only plant-based sources of omega-3 fatty acids,
Mhm.
which are usually found in oily fish.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
yeah, and omega-3s are great for your heart and your brain.
Wow.
And they can even reduce inflammation in your body.
That's great. And the article mentions keeping a bag of walnuts handy for a snack. And I'm like, yeah, that's my life.
That's way better than going for some processed
Right.
snack.
Exactly. Okay. So now for something maybe a little less popular, but just as important.
Okay.
Beets.
Oh, beets.
I'll admit I haven't always been a fan,
Yeah.
but I'm learning to appreciate them more
Yeah.
and more.
I think what's fascinating about beets is how they affect your blood flow and your brain function.
Really?
Yeah, they contain these nitrates,
Okay.
which our body converts into nitric oxide.
Okay.
And nitric oxide helps to widen your blood vessels.
Okay.
Which improves your circulation and can potentially boost cognitive function. Wow.
Yeah. And there are some studies that even suggest that beets can help lower blood pressure.
That's incredible. And the article suggests grating beets into salads, which I've actually
Oh,
tried.
cool.
And it adds a little sweetness and some nice crunch too.
That's great.
So speaking of things that are surprisingly sweet, avocados.
Everyone loves avocados.
I feel like everyone's already on the avocado train, but are we eating enough to really get the benefits?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You
Yeah,
know?
so they recommend about 1 to 2 avocados per week. And what
Oh,
makes
okay.
them so great is the monounsaturated fats, which are
Mhm.
good for your heart health.
Yeah.
And they're also a good source of vitamin B6, which
Okay.
helps our body use energy from food,
Right.
and folate, which is
Right.
really essential for cell growth and development,
Mhm.
especially important during pregnancy.
And I think while we're thinking about eating mindfully, it's good to remember to check for local in-season avocados whenever possible.
Yeah, great point.
All right, now for the news we've all been waiting for, dark chocolate is on the list. I mean, we knew it couldn't be all bad, right?
Of course not.
So,
Dark chocolate is full of antioxidants.
really?
Yes, even more than most fruit juices.
Wow.
It's crazy. So these antioxidants, they're called flavonoids,
Okay.
and they're these little superheroes
What's that?
protecting your cells from damage.
Okay.
And they can even help lower blood pressure and improve blood flow to the brain.
That's amazing. And of course, we all know chocolate can be a mood booster.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But before anyone goes grabbing a king-size candy bar,
Oh, yeah,
we both want to stress that moderation is key here.
absolutely.
A small square or two a day is enough to enjoy the benefits
Right,
without overdoing it.
for sure.
Okay, so speaking of small but mighty raspberries are up next.
Love those.
Their color just screams healthy, you know?
It does.
That vibrant color.
It's a sign of their potent antioxidants.
Really?
Yeah. especially these things called anthocyanins, which are linked to like a lower risk of heart disease and some types of cancer.
Wow.
Plus, raspberries offer a good dose of vitamin C,
Yeah.
which boosts your immunity,
Okay.
and then also fiber, which helps with digestion.
Okay, now who can resist raspberries on top of yogurt or oatmeal?
I know, right?
That's like the perfect way to start the day.
Totally agree.
And on that note, let's talk about garlic.
Oh, yeah.
Might
Yeah.
not be the first thing that comes to mind when you think of healthy foods.
I know what you mean.
But it's been used medicinally for like centuries.
Yeah, and for good reason.
Yeah.
Because garlic contains a compound called allicin,
Okay.
which has potent antibacterial and antiviral properties.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So garlic can also help lower blood pressure and cholesterol levels.
Really?
Yeah, and even reduce inflammation throughout your body.
I always have garlic in my kitchen. You know, it's so versatile. I love crushing and cooking it and then adding it to, dressings, sauces,
Yeah.
curries, soups,
Goes with everything.
everything. Okay, so this one might be a little controversial,
Okay.
but some consider lemons to be the world's healthiest food.
Wow.
So,
I don't know if I'd go that far.
okay.
But lemons definitely offer some like impressive benefits.
Okay.
For sure.
Like what?
So they're loaded with vitamin C, which is a powerful antioxidant,
Mm.
and they have anti-inflammatory properties.
Okay.
And some research suggests that compounds in lemons may even help inhibit the growth of cancer cells.
Really?
Yeah, but more studies are needed.
Interesting. I love adding a slice of lemon to my water or tea. It's just so refreshing and easy.
Yeah.
And it's just a nice little boost of vitamin C and flavor.
For sure.
All right. And finally, we round out our top 10 with another plant-based protein source, lentils.
Oh, yeah. Lentils are a powerhouse.
Right.
They're packed with fiber, protein, and like essential minerals like iron and magnesium.
Okay.
So they're a fantastic option for anyone looking to add more plant-based protein to their diet, whether you're vegetarian or vegan or just trying to eat less meat.
Right. And they're so affordable and easy to cook. I
Yeah.
love throwing them in the slow cooker with some veggies and spices.
Yeah.
It's just like a hearty, healthy meal.
Yeah, I agree.
So easy.
For sure.
That's awesome.
It's amazing how much we've covered already, and like all this stuff is just, at your local grocery store.
Yeah, that's what I love about it. It's like not intimidating.
Right.
And these easy eating tips are actually easy.
Yeah.
Like, who doesn't love a good omelet?
Yeah.
Like, throwing some spinach and onions in there
Yeah.
just takes it to another level.
Totally. And like small changes can have a big impact.
Right.
You don't have to like overhaul your whole diet or anything. Just like focus on incorporating like one or two of these foods
Yeah.
into your meals each day.
I'm thinking about those beets again,
Yeah.
I used to just avoid them,
Yeah.
but now I'm realizing they add so much to like a salad.
Yeah.
The sweetness, the color, the crunch, plus all those brain benefits we were talking about.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the thing about healthy eating. It doesn't have to be like bland.
Right.
Garlic's another great example.
Right, yeah.
Like not only does it add amazing flavor to dishes,
Mm-hmm.
but it's got those like incredible antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties.
Right.
It's like a culinary multitasker.
I love that, and I totally agree. Crushed and cooked garlic is a staple in my kitchen. Like,
Yeah.
it goes in everything.
Everything.
And speaking of flavor, lemons are like such a simple way to brighten up a dish or a drink,
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and they're more than just a flavor enhancer too.
Right.
Like that tangy taste comes from citric acid,
Okay.
which can actually help prevent kidney stones.
What?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Plus they're packed with vitamin C,
Right.
which is great for like immune support and collagen production.
It's like those little details that make this deep dive so fascinating.
No, it's cool.
So, while we're on the topic of like surprising benefits, can we talk about dark chocolate again?
Oh, yeah.
It's like getting a doctor's note to enjoy dessert.
Right. But it's important to remember, not all chocolate is created equal.
Oh, right.
The darker the chocolate, the higher the concentration of those beneficial flavonoids.
Okay.
So aim for at least 70% cacao
Okay.
to really reap the full benefits.
Gotcha. So we're looking for quality over quantity.
Exactly.
A small piece of dark chocolate can satisfy that sweet craving and be good for you.
Yeah.
So good for the heart, good for the brain.
Exactly.
All right, so we're talking about plant-based protein.
Yeah.
Black beans, walnuts. What about lentils?
Oh,
They
yeah.
seem to be having a moment lately.
Lentils are such a fantastic source of protein and fiber,
Mm-hmm.
and they're so versatile.
Right.
Like you can add them to soup, stews, salads, or even use them as a base for veggie burgers.
Yeah.
They're also a good source of iron,
Okay.
which is really important for vegetarians and vegans.
Right. And they're so affordable and easy to cook. I love like throwing them in the slow cooker
Oh,
with
yeah.
some veggies and spices.
Totally.
So good.
Yeah, it's a great meal.
What I'm noticing is that all these foods aren't just good for our physical health,
Yeah.
but they seem to like impact our mental well-being too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like walnuts, for example.
Okay.
The omega-3 fatty acids in them are like so important for brain health,
Mm-hmm.
and they've been linked to improved mood and cognitive function.
Interesting.
And those antioxidants in dark chocolate not only protect your cells,
Yeah.
they can help reduce stress and like
Yeah.
boost feelings of well-being.
So it's all connected.
It is.
The food we eat can like have a huge impact
Yeah.
on how we feel physically and mentally.
Absolutely.
It's like such a good reminder to be mindful of what we're putting into our bodies.
Yeah. And this top 10 list is a great starting point.
Mm-hmm.
It gives us a glimpse into like the power of these everyday foods
Right.
and how they can support our health and happiness.
It's like a cheat sheet for better living. But, you know, beyond this list, there's a whole world of delicious and nutritious foods
Oh, for sure.
out there.
Yeah. One of the best things you can do is experiment in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Try new recipes. Visit a farmer's market.
Mm-hmm.
Get to know your local produce.
I love that. And maybe we can all start thinking about our personal top 10 lists.
Yeah.
Like what everyday foods make us feel our best?
Right.
What are we curious to try?
Exactly. Like food is more than just fuel.
Yeah.
It's a source of pleasure,
Yeah.
connection, creativity.
Mm-hmm.
So embrace that and see where your culinary adventures take you.
It's funny how we always think about healthy eating as like, you know, being restrictive.
Yeah.
But this list is actually really inspiring.
Yeah, I agree.
It's all about like adding goodness to our lives,
Yeah.
not taking things away.
Right. It's about abundance, not deprivation.
Mm-hmm.
And when we focus on like the positive aspects of healthy eating, the
Mhm.
flavors,
Right.
the creativity, the energy, it becomes so much more sustainable.
Exactly. And I think that's what makes those easy eating tips so helpful.
Yeah.
Like I never would have thought to grate beets into a salad,
Yeah.
but it's actually delicious.
It is.
It's like those little tweaks that can make a big difference.
Absolutely. And it's about like finding what works for you.
Yeah.
Like maybe you swap out your afternoon chips for a handful of walnuts,
Right?
or you add some lentils to your next soup.
Oh, yeah.
It's all about making those gradual changes that you can stick with.
And speaking of things we can stick with, let's talk about dark chocolate again.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like a permission slip to indulge in something sweet
Yeah.
and actually feel good about it.
Right. But it really does highlight the importance of quality. When you're choosing dark chocolate with a high cacao percentage,
Right.
you're getting those powerful antioxidants
Okay.
and those potential health benefits.
It's a win-win.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like a reminder that healthy eating doesn't have to be boring or restrictive.
Yeah.
You can still enjoy your favorite foods, just maybe in a slightly different way.
Exactly. And when you start to see food as fuel for your body and mind, it changes your whole perspective.
Right.
It's not about following rules.
Okay.
It's about making choices that support your well-being.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the top 10 healthiest foods,
Yeah.
what's one thing that really stood out to you from this list?
I think for me, it's just the reminder that some of the most powerful foods are the ones we often overlook,
Okay.
like garlic.
Yeah.
It's such a simple ingredient,
Right.
but it has so many incredible health benefits.
And I love the emphasis on plant-based eating.
yes.
It's clear that we can get everything we need from plants.
Yeah,
Protein, fiber, essential nutrients,
for sure.
and it's better for our health and the planet.
Absolutely. And it doesn't mean you have to become a vegetarian or vegan overnight.
Right.
Just even reducing your meat consumption and incorporating more plant-based meals can have a big impact.
So for anyone listening who's feeling inspired to make some changes,
Yeah.
where do you suggest they start?
I think a great first step is just being more mindful of what you're eating.
Oh?
Pay attention to how different foods make you feel.
Yeah.
Are you energized after a salad or sluggish after a burger?
Right.
Listen to your body's cues.
That's great advice. And remember, this top 10 list is just a starting point.
Yeah, for sure.
There are so many other healthy and delicious foods out there
Absolutely.
to discover.
So keep exploring, keep experimenting, and most importantly, keep enjoying the journey of nourishing yourself.
That's a perfect note to end on. So until next time, happy and healthy eating, everyone.